Radio Crash Course. Welcome to Saturday. Hopefully you are having a good weekend. I certainly am. We're going to be playing with the new zBitX from HF Signals. That's right. Links are in the video description if you want to check it out, and my mic should be good now. Hopefully you're having a good weekend, and I certainly am too. But we're going to be playing around with this radio and putting it through its paces, showing it off a little bit. It does a lot, a surprising amount, and I can't wait to tell you about it. So enjoy the memes, and we'll get started real soon. Nate Diaz passed his general exam last night. Congratulations, Nate. Give Nate a shout out in the chat. Thumbs up to Nate. You know, Hank, I think that's a fantastic idea. I think you should definitely just, I may not be able to cover everything perfectly, but yeah, I think this will help a lot of people because FIDM Night is coming. 4 days in May, a fantastic show for amateur radio in Xenia, Ohio. Hello, everybody. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, so today we're going to be looking at the HF Signals zBitX, and I feel a little low right there. Now I'm a little bit better. There we go. But yeah, so this is a QRP SDR radio that runs off of a Pi Zero with a touchscreen. Right? Pretty cool. This is what it looks like. And yeah, to put some size on it, it's not that big. We'll go around the whole thing and talk about it, but it's a pretty interesting radio. And yes, I've already modified it. There's 3D prints. The Ashar Farham is the creator of this, and they've released the STL files on their groups.io page, which I have links to in the video description. So go check that out. Yeah, you can do all this stuff, which is pretty cool. I think so. Anyway, I'm having fun playing with it. That's where I'm at right now, right? But let's get the housekeeping out of the way first. Go check out hamtactical.com for all your Ham Radio Crash Course merch needs. What do you need? Well, you need joke stuff, and maybe you need a phone case, and maybe you need that phone case to be the inside of a Baofeng. Well, we got you covered now. Leia's like, you should go check out hamtactical.com. And I went, oh, really? Why? And then I pulled it up, and then sure enough, inside the Fang case and the FT8 waterfall. Because you always need to represent FT8 wherever you go. So great job, Leia. That's a fantastic update to the website. Really do appreciate it. All right, so the zBitX over at hfsignals.com. But this shipped. I received it yesterday. Pretty quick shipping from India. It did come from, let's see, came from India, so there was a couple of days delay there. Came on DHL, pretty quick, I think. It is $197, which we are in the era of cheap and pretty good effective operating radios in the sub $200 mark, right? So if you think of the contenders in this space, True SDX, the QMX, even if you have them build it for you, I think it's right around $200. The Shegu, that little $200 jobber, the one that we talked about, that just is pre-assembled. You just plug that thing in, you start running it. Pretty cool. PayPal fee? I don't know. Somebody said they don't like the PayPal fee. Okay. Well, hey, they're being honest about it at least. But sub $200 for what this does is pretty interesting. And so what does it do? Well, let's go back up the top here. So this is a 5-watt output, and I've tested it, and yeah, it seems like it's pretty close to that. It does 80 through 10. It is CW single sideband, AM, FreeDV, FT8, and SSTV. Huh. Okay. Well, how does that work? Well, we'll touch into that a little bit. It's about 6 inches on the long side and about 1.5 inches deep. It runs off of two 18650s, so this is a 9-volt radio. You're going to run it off of a 9-volt source, and my understanding is you don't want to do much more than that. You don't want to give it 12. You certainly don't want to give it 13.8. I have links in the video description to the batteries I recommend, and yes, I'm using 100% authentic Samsung batteries, and I also have a link to a battery pack that will do both 12-volt output and 9-volt output, which is really, really handy for a number of these radios like the QMX and whatnot. So I would caution you. So this is like what, my third or fourth? Yeah, fourth radio from HF Signals, and 2 out of the 4 I have blown the finals on. Now, I'm not saying that because it's a defect in the radio. I was probably going 100% output on FT8, and I believe that's how I did the last one at least. So I always am like pulling them back a little bit from full output, but handles 100% drive on single sideband without any issue. I've been playing around with that, chasing some POTAs. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. I've been enjoying it. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's actually got a built-in log because it runs off of a Linux or Pi Zero. It has a bunch of applications already preloaded, which I'm going to show you how to do that too. You use HDMI, you plug into it, you do the thing. Bingo bango, it'll take a keyboard and mouse. I've got a link to a keyboard and mouse that I recommend, the tiny little guy. So yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, that adjustable power supply would totally work too. Yeah, don't give FT8 the beans. In fact, we'll talk about that. I was giving it 50% of the beans, and I was getting occasional restarts on the radio, like the radio would reset itself. So I brought that down to about like 35 on the drive, and that seemed to calm things down a little bit. There are a number of interesting user guide setups as well. The UI, the actual front end of the radio, you actually update via the Linux side, the Raspberry Pi side. So I'll walk through that, and the firmware upgrades are actually pretty easy as well. I'll just give you the spoiler alert. If you go to the main site, and right here, this zBitX front panel UF2, you hold down the VFO button and plug it into USB micro. That's the only downside of this thing. And it opens itself up as like a USB stick, like a USB drive. And then you just drop the firmware on. That's all there is to it. It's pretty easy. Okay. All right. I've already pre-ducked the audio here, so I'm going to make sure I don't blow anybody's headphones out like I did not too long ago. Are we talking kits today? No, Geekiest Guy. It's built. I've got it. It's right here. So it's not really a kit. In fact, I didn't do anything but plug batteries into it and give it power. And I did do an STL print on it. I like a brighter color. It comes gray with a little VFO like that. Mine, on the other hand, looks like this. I changed it to orange, and actually I got a whole orange case if I want to. But yeah, number of things. 9-volt batteries, 18650s, 9-volt source, all that stuff is what I recommend, and I have links in the video description. Okay, why don't we take a little walk around the radio, and then we'll turn it on and play around a little bit. I will be getting on FT8 and some other stuff. We may explore some other of the more esoteric digital modes, but let's make sure we get through single sideband and CW. You think I love orange? You think? Sir, you can guarantee I love orange. Absolutely love orange. Not only is it a fantastic color, it helps you by preventing you from losing your junk, because if you drop something that's orange in the field, it's pretty quick and easy to find. True child of the 90s I am. Big fan of neon orange. All right, let's play around with this radio. Orange is Josh's camo. That's right. That's why I don't get shot when I go deer hunting. All right? I don't really go deer hunting. Okie dokie. So the first thing is, let's get that mic way up in here. The first things first. There's no power switch or anything like that. It is simply apply power and it's on the air. So it has a battery tray that comes shipped. And it does not come with batteries. That's why I recommend these Samsungs. They're very, very high quality. It has ports on the back here, so they're being very clear, 6.9 volts. CAT, USB, and those are two separate things. The CAT is actually used for programming the firmware, for instance. And then it has a mini HDMI. And then you have a key, mic, and external speaker connection. Now, this does have a speaker built into the front. It's a front-firing speaker. And it does have a microphone built into the front as well. Now, there have been some comments that the mic is not that good. I took the 3D printed models from K6ARK, and I put together a mic using a more sensitive element. At least that's my understanding. Oh, did I say watts? I meant volts. Anyway. Yeah, so the element I use is a little bit more sensitive, and I got a 5.9 signal report. I am on my step IR, though, so, it's doing a lot of the work there. And then the back is metal, and I believe they're doing this for heatsink purposes because it's still warm, and I haven't had it on for, 5 or 6 minutes now as we're getting ready for the stream. So although I do have the batteries here, I am going to forego this lead for now, and I'm just going to use my Talent Cell battery pack that I have. And the reason for that is we can run for days on this. In fact, yeah, this thing I haven't had to charge in a while. So I'm going to run off of that. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Let's plug everything back in. Now, we are going to be using the HDMI, and one thing to note on this is that you need to plug the HDMI in before you power it if you want to output HDMI. That's something to do with the Raspberry Pi, so we're just going to go ahead and do that now. This is our connection to the external speaker. This is our mic connection. And antenna, of course. Let's not blow this thing up. And away we go. Here we go. All right. Plugging her in. In fact, I think we should probably let's go to a different riser here. All right. Now, it seems like it likes a couple of settings and it just always goes back to it. So, for instance, last time I used this, I was on single sideband, and I was on the high side of the band. So this is a boot cycle, actually. You can see it saying waiting for zBitX to start. We got to give it a little bit of time for it to get itself caught up, and then there it goes. So that's exactly what happened. It just synced up. Oh, wrong one. That's the key. Hopefully that's not too loud. No power button. All right, a couple of things to note here. The controls of this are touchscreen and then VFO knob. So if I want to change the volume, I click it. And I am using the stylus that came with this because, frankly, some of these buttons, when they're on the edges, are a little hard to do with your fingers. So styluses help. You can do it with your finger, it's a little bit harder. And then you adjust with the VFO. Okay, so that's the first thing you should know. And then whenever you've done a setting, you've got to go back to like the VFO. So you click the VFO, and now we have control to move it around a little bit. Okay? So when you start up for the first time, you go to menu, or sorry, take that back. You go to set. And this is where you provide your call sign, your grid square, your passkey. I think that's for controlling some other stuff. I actually haven't had to mess with that so far. This is for your key setting, your delay and side tone. Those are CW settings. Now, I did hear from Vince out on YouTube. So if you go to Vince's channel, if you just search for zBitX, you'll see a couple of videos he's made. He had some issues with CW. He's a much better CW operator than me. So he's had some issues with it. And they are producing patches for this all the time. So that's good to know. Good to hear. Anyway, okay. So if we go from kind of top left to right, modes you have for operation, lower sideband, CW, CWR, FT8. When you go into FT8 mode, it changes the display. And this is actually the contact screen on FT8, which is pretty interesting. AM, Digi. This is if you're going to use the Raspberry Pi that's internal to control this for modes other than FT8. So you use the Digi mode for that, which we'll talk about later. And upper sideband. So there we go. We're back to it. Drive setting. I'm going to go ahead and dock this down for right now just so I don't damage anything to 50. And you got RIT as well as your IF out if you're going to do that. Now, if you go to call, this is where you can actually log directly on this, which is pretty handy, right? If I go to open, yeah, see, I don't have any logs in there. Hopefully we'll fill that up in a little bit. Yeah, sure, delete entry. Okay. There we go. And you can go through and you can send, received, sent, and you got a little noise. Is that a noise reducer? NR? No, that's the exchange. Okay, never mind. We don't need to mess with that right now. Okay, let's go back to diving around a little bit on single sideband. Yes. One thing to mention. This dongle comes in the kit, and I don't recommend you use it. It's not working right now, or it was working and has stopped. Hang on to it, but I am unsure that it's going to work.
This may be some over the horizon, who knows what, but you pick your VA3, VY, and 4.
Steps and span are controlled via this setting here. So if we wanted to change the step, I have it to 500 hertz now. 100, 10 hertz, 10K, 1K. 500 hertz seems to be a pretty effective way to jump around a band quickly, like 20.
This is November 4. Sierra Charlie Papa calling CQ, CQ, CQ. This is November 4. Sierra Charlie Papa calling CQ, CQ, CQ.
Michael, it looks like this.
Standing by. Kilo Charlie 3 kilowatt X-ray radio.
It's gray with a black dial.
3 kilowatt Charlie Echo. KC3 KCE. KXR, Kilo X-ray Romeo. Kilowatt X-ray Romeo. Boy, I messed that one up, didn't I?
Oh, see,
okay,
I have it still on step, and so I'm not VFOing anymore.
X-ray Romeo. QSL? Yeah, QSL. Happy Easter. Okay, down by Kilo 5. Kilo 5, Romeo Lima Kilo.
Let's see if we can make a contact. I'll find an empty spot.
To you, Kilo 5, Romeo Lima Kilo. I've got you 5 and 6, US 1213.
Boda!
Happy Easter. Thanks for Florida this evening. And 7-3, Kilo Tango 4 Queen.
Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? This is Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, calling CQ, 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 Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, hello in CQ. Oh, where did it move? I bumped it. Sorry, I bumped it. CQ20, CQ20, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Radio's about $200 shipped. Oh, I gotta bump my drive a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, we're gonna get all that power out now. CQ Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, CQ Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. CQ, 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 Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu.
Kilo 0, Bravo, Foxtrot.
Kilo 0, Bravo, Foxtrot. How you doing?
Doing good, Josh, doing good. I got you a 5 and 5, believe it or not. 5 and 5 off that nice little QRP rig.
Hey, copy that. You're sounding pretty good here, too. I got you about a 5.959 into Southern California.
All right, go get him, 73.
Hey, thanks for that. So, you know, there's kind of like a rise time. When I get off the PTT, the audio kind of rises back up. So let's go ahead and log that. So it was, where'd I put my stylus? It's K0 Bravo Foxtrot. And the receive was 5.5. Sent was 5.9. And let's save it. All right, let's open my log. What? There he is. All right, let's do another one, see if anybody else can get me. CQ, 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 Kilo India 6, November, Alpha Zulu. Oh, that's a good point. Let's try turning off the AGC. So let's get out of this. All right, 1 second. But see, now it's like super quiet. Okay, AGC's off. Let me bump your audio a little bit. Bump the audio for me, too. Kilo India 6, November, Alpha Zulu, calling CQ, CQ, CQ.
Kilo Charlie 3, kilowatt X-ray Romeo.
I got a Kilo Echo 8, Kilo Echo Bravo. Come back. Ooh. All right, come back one more time. Just give me my signal report like 3 times, please. 3 times. All right, we're testing out, I guess, some low signals here because you're kind of in the noise. Can you do that one more time? Give me my my power or my signal report 3 times, please. 3 times. Zulu Oscar Bravo. Zulu Oscar Bravo. Zulu Oscar Bravo. Copy that. Copy the 5.9. You're a 5.5 here. 5.555. Thank you very much for the contact in 7.3. Anybody else get that ear-shattering pop? All right, so that's that. I'm going to mute that for a second because I know it sounds like there's some crosstalk going on. Somebody probably got on the air. All right, so that's an example of just working single sideband. You kind of get the idea. We can come back to that towards the end of the show, but we're already almost 25 minutes in, and we got to get through all these other modes. So let's go ahead and hop down to the low side of the band here for some CW, and then we'll go from there. I'm kind of interested to test this CW mode out because it's supposed to decode. Is it going to be any good? I don't know. So let's go ahead and slide on down. I'm going to make this 1K. Nope. Can we do better than that? 10K. Yes, sir. Oh, jeez. See, I did it. All right, we're going to go ahead and lock in, too. Once you lock in, there we go. Focus should be locked now. Don't know why it wasn't locked earlier. Wait, what happened? Not 10 hertz, 10K. Yes, thank you. Oh, yeah. With the quickness. Oh, too far. Too far with the quickness. All right, I'm going to go into set here, and I'm going to change this to iambic. Good. Side tone. I don't know about that 100. And let's plug her in here. Nice. Okay, 1 second. So it's a little hot. I always assume it's kind of hot on the signal here if it's just getting a lot of garbage. What? We just reset it. Okay, maybe not with the drive 100 there, bud. Let's go ahead and bring that down to 75. How's that sound? Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's bandwidth. Well, okay, hold on. Let's see what it comes back in, because it needs to reboot. You know what? I'd rather the whole thing reboot itself than for it to just actually die. The finals to die. So let's see. Oh yeah. Look at that. All right, let's try this again. See if anybody's out there. I don't think anybody was there. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. We're going to dial that back even more. Oh, I was still on 100? Oh, that was my bad. Okay, that's my bad. I mean, it's technically the radio's bad, but, you know, hey. Okay, so it did set the bandwidth back to 2200, and it auto put the... See, this is the one thing. The power should not auto reboot. If it's going to have a problem running CW, mind you, I think it sees this antenna as like a 1.1 to match, you know? So I think that it should not... Too fast. Too fast. Get off my frequency. CW alt delete is funny, Brett. That's funny. Jeff, what does that mean? Flip your power cable to the other side? Why? All right, drive it's at 75. We got my words correct here, so. Whoa, hey, hold on. Yeah, but why? I don't know why. Why do we want to rotate the power button? Gives that power. Okay. Mind you, we're using a different. It's the power. It's a different power source. All right, I'm gonna get off that frequency. Sounds like somebody heard something out there. So. It's not the power. I've used multiple different power plugs on it. So unless it's the jack, I don't think it's the power. All right. kind of hangs a little bit on the dits. I don't think they're replying to me. Yeah, not me. It's a weird change between the dits and the DAWs that I just noticed. It like lags a little bit. So this Sigmas, the HF signal stuff is generally kind of always like this. They do a lot of the changes in fixes after they get it out. They generally make very inexpensive radios. And I think they kind of like the community aspect of the groups.io page, because they end up making a lot of really cool changes over time with it. And they kind of have to get the radio out in the hands of the operators to be the best beta testers, if you will. Like, what's the point of holding back if you've got a working radio that really just needs some software fixes? From my point of view, I wouldn't want to see this with major brands, but with a radio like this, more of a hobbyist radio, yeah, it's fine. I think that it's okay. Yeah, so that guy's not on my frequency. You can see that right there. Oop. Oh, I screwed that up. It's pretty jumpy. It's pretty accurate, what you're seeing on the stream. Too fast. Got it. Oh, wow. Nice. Oh, came in big. Oh, I didn't give him a 7.3. Sorry, N8YL. Okay, so that's much better. We got the focus sorted out. All right, so we get to log an N8YO Barrow. That was a 559. And I sent a 599. And we'll save it. So you can see it already cleared out there. And we'll close out of that. It may log, well, assuming it decodes it, but it did not seem to be doing that. But, you know, maybe that's my bad. Okay, we got to get into FT8 because I still have to show you the Raspberry Pi side of this. All right, so we're just going to tap the mode. There we're getting FT8 now. It switched it back over. Ah! Sorry, I did that to myself too. You're right there with me. Okay, so we are going to drop the drive to 50 to start. And I'm going to dump the audio way down because, frankly, I don't think you care about FT8 noises. Is that what it looks like on the stream? It's coming through okay? I really don't try to, but man, it's the radio throwing out like crazy sounds. Yeah, Elliot, the link is in the video description. It's under $200 shipped. Okay, so the way this works, it's pretty straightforward. So you can control where you are on the band, if you will, by adjusting the pitch here. But since you kind of have to take a look here and say, okay, somebody's already on 1750. So then I go through here and I'm like, okay, let me go down to 1700. And I'll just kind of keep an eye on it to see if anybody else shows up there. And somebody's on 716. So come on. Do it right, guys. Come on. Come on. We're going to go up to 1800. The bandwidth defaults to 4K, and the span is 6K just right now because that's what I have it set to, but I can change this to 10K is a little bit bigger so you can see what's going on. 4K is what you want, though, because that'll cover the whole FT8 space. Aw, Elliot, you're so kind. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Glad I can help. All right. So, basically, I was looking for somebody doing CQ Poda or something like that so I could show you how to do this. But it works, but I wouldn't call this like the end-all be-all of operating FT8. We can obviously port this over by connecting into the HDMI, which I'll show you in a little bit. But you click on the screen, the actual call area, and then you use the wheel to pick a station. And so I'm going to wait one more time to see if anybody calls CQ, and then I'm going to try and click on them. The waterfall is serviceable. It's a little jumpy. It's like kind of like this. Okay, nobody's calling CQ. All right, I'm going to try and get this K8 AM guy. There it is. See my little wheel? Oh, Jesus. There he is. And go. It is. Okay, there we go. And there was just the time. God, that freaked me out for a second. So this cracked me up as well. Is that this is the DS, like the original DS Lite stylus. This came with the radio. I didn't do this. This came with the radio. So 4 watts drive is probably a little high. I'm gonna duck this down a little bit. I'm gonna go to 35. I'm gonna get 3 watts out, and we can see we've got 3 watts here, and it was showing about 1.1 SWR. So somebody's calling me directly, so I'm just going to reply to them. It doesn't. It doesn't have to be orange. It can be whatever you want. Reminder. This is how it ships. It ships gray with a black dial. I just happen to get crazy with my 3D printer. Now, because I thought you guys would want to know how am I doing out there? Well, I'm getting out. We're getting out. A little bit. Okay, so it hasn't yeeted itself, but also this gentleman is not replying to me. So I'm going to call CQ now. So let me show you how to do CQ. And I should change that. It's not all band. It is 80 through 10. So I need to make that correction. Thanks for reminding me. So, okay, that didn't work out. So I'm just going to call CQ. So I clicked that. I clicked the CQ button in the lower corner. It did a little bloopy bloop. It flashed real fast, and then, okay. Let's see if it calls CQ now. Yeah, it did. Or it's attempting to. There we go. Right now, it's saying it's putting out 3 watts. I was running it at 5 watts initially, and it rebooted itself a couple of times, so I realized that's probably not the way. Now, the side tone on FT8 is really loud. So if this is here's the received audio on FT8. And I'm going to duck it down now because it's going to get really loud. I'm going to bring it back up. Quite loud. Will the side tone work for the FT8 too? Great question. How do you sync the time? I'll show you how to do that in a second. You have to use Wi-Fi. So it is a Raspberry Pi. All you have to do is connect to your home Wi-Fi, and it'll do it for you. And then every once in a while, you need to power it on when it's close to that Wi-Fi. So you can tether it from your phone, and you can get time source that way too. Well, I would. The problem is that it's not really wide enough. The waterfall's not wide enough for me to be able to do that. At least, I guess I'm not an expert enough to be able to do that. I'm going to try finding another spot to transmit from here. See if that helps. And you can set the repeat to change. So this is right now set to 6. I'm going to try that side tone. Now, something that people have talked about. No, that didn't change it at all. That didn't change anything. All right, so something that people have talked about on the forums is that the radio right now is picking up noise from the touchscreen. And so one of the ways to get around that, there's like a clicking. You might not be able to hear it. I can. Is you go into menu and you just leave it in menu. That kills the noise completely. So I'm going to bring this back down so you guys don't blow yours out. But now you don't know what's going on. Yeah, thanks for mentioning the HRCC after chat. We'll be doing an after chat tonight. We'll be talking to many a ham, and we give priority to new hams first. You guys can ask your questions. Join us there, and it can be about anything, ham radio related or radio related in general. We'll try to help you out. That's our goal. And we have a lot of fun just hanging out with all of our friends. So come on over. The Discord link is in the video description, but there'll be another live stream on this channel that you can follow us there. It'll go up. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, there. There you go. 35 was too much. We're going to bring that back down. We're going to bring it down to 35. Now, I will test this. It is hot underneath it. It is hot. Hot. Like, actually, I would not want to continue touching that. That is... You know what? Hold on. We're going to do this. I got this thing for exactly that purpose. That's not that bad. What did I touch? It was so hot. Oh, there it is. 131 peak. Or yeah, that's kind of hot. See, I knew I had this around for a reason. Glad I remembered I had that bad boy. I'm like 80 degrees, Josh. They're all gonna laugh at you, you big wuss. Josh, they're still gonna laugh at you, but at least you can say it was 130 degrees. You know. All right, why don't we go ahead and that's a good segue. Let's go ahead and dive in on the actual connection to the Raspberry Pi. All right. So to do that, I have this dongle, but my dongle is USB-A to USB-C, so I need to add another device. That was weird. Okay. Now, when you power this thing on, and we have it powered on right now, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off here so you guys don't have to listen to that any longer. You can bring it up with HDMI. And you get a nice little control screen so you can actually control this on the fly. There's actually a web control that you can use from your phone. But I will just use my little keyboard for now. Here we go. I'm going to turn it on. Boop. Now, doing the controls on this, if we open up a terminal window, if we wanted to do an update, we would go to cd.cd space SBitX, and that takes you to the directory. And then the update, and now the update is just for the screen, the software. If we run that, it'll go ahead and go through an update process. And for those of you that are curious, I did try to run 73 Linux on this. It won't run Vara. The Pi Zero just does not have enough memory to make that happen. But it kind of crashed out on me on, what was it? It was an application it was running that it crashed out. And so I don't think that's ready yet. And I don't even know that Jason did anything Cam4ACK to make it work, right? Also, this is like cutting in and out. What is this doing? Is it trying to do... Oh, I'm literally making contacts in the background right now. Okay, sure. So it's doing a thing. Yeah, this is Pi 0, so I am connected to my Wi-Fi. It's pulling time from Wi-Fi. That's why we got an accurate time source. Now you can maximize the screen, but I haven't found out how really like embiggen it, if you will. So let me do that, and you should hopefully it should do a little waterfall thing here in a second. Notice the font's still small though, so it's like, do I really need to run like that? Probably not. But here you go. You got the waterfall. You can see it. It works pretty well. Power. Oh yeah, power again. We're on 40. Good call on the power. All right, so that's the internal FT8 mode. But there are, you know how it said like single side or SSTV. So I believe, let's see. Now this has some of the 73 Linux stuff on it, but yeah, QSSTV is right here. Now this is not gonna be set up. This is like the first time I'm running it, and obviously it's still in FT8 mode. So we'll give that a second. And boy howdy, you're seeing this better than I am right now because on my I'm using my live stream HDMI pickup to get it in, and it's like a little small. Might not be. The probe might not be okay with aluminum, but there you go, 131. I have not tried the PA50. I just got it yesterday, so this is all pretty fast. Hey, thank you so much, Anthony. I appreciate you watching. It means a lot. Yeah, it's Raspberry Pi OS is what it's running. Yeah, we're gonna water cool this thing next. That's exactly what we're gonna do. That's exactly what we should do. Okay. Now, to make this all work, let's go ahead and take it out of FT8. Okay, so we're now in Digi mode. Can I do this? Was this gonna? Yeah, there you go. Cool. All right, we're gonna run FL rig. Does that work with this though? Let me see. Oh, that's funny. Ashar. Ashar's got his information programmed in there. Good to know that I need to change this. Helps with an L. Okay. Now let's see. Good. Okay. So hamlib net rig, he has it already set up. I think we just. I think this is all we have to do. Because I believe he went through the process and set these all up. So you're gonna get them like this. You just have to change your call sign and your info. So let me go into this guy a little bit here and get up to 14.230 and see if we can download. See if we can copy anybody. If you're on SSTV, throw out an image for me. We're still seeing the FT8 screen, even though we're on Digi mode. So I'm going to try and go. No, that won't work because you don't get to pick. I wonder. Okay, so Digi just kind of takes whatever you throw at it, whatever the last one is, because it doesn't really care. Who wants to be the guinea pig to see if we can get a SSTV? It did lock up, didn't it? Wonder what that's about. Maybe it's because we're not on FT8. Oh yeah, no, it did the thing. Okay, so if that happens, I think we can just close out of this, and let's close this guy. Oh, he's not good. Oh yeah, and look at that, it died. Interesting. See if we can just rerun it. Oh, maybe not. I think it just crashed again. Look at that. KI6NAZ and N8YL. Look at it. That's funny. All right, I'm gonna restart this. Let's give her a second. Let's give her a hot second. I did get out okay though. Look at this. Yeah, buddy. We all the way up. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Step IR. Right? Why would anyone buy one of these? You got $200 lying around. You want to play around with a hobbyist radio? Because I would put this in the hobbyist radio side. So there's futzing you're gonna have to do. If you don't want to futz, then come back to this thing in 6 months to a year. That's what I'd say. I don't know what underrun occurred means. I don't like that. And okay, it went back to FT8. Right now, beam is pointed east northeast. Basically pointed towards Maine, like I normally kind of have it docked. That's my normal parking spot. Let me see if we can move this back over. Looks like someone's actually transmitting right now, which, holy smokes, that's... What? And we don't have the app running. Someone's actually sending... Can we be in time? Come on! What just happened? Okay, maybe. Send it again. Send it again, Charlie. Play it again, Sam. Yeah, give it the auto slant. Mode. Can't this thing run on auto? Yeah, auto. Come on, bro. There is. There's always SSTV. I have used FT8 CN. In fact, if you remember my 1 pound POTA challenge, that is exactly the app I used. So FT8 POTA challenge, or FT8 1 pound POTA challenge, not FT8, just 1 pound POTA challenge. You have to make a contact on single sideband, CW, and FT8, and your whole radio kit, including power, needs to be under a pound. This radio probably doesn't do that. Well, it might do it in its whole thing. It has an internal microphone, so I guess you could. Well, it looks like we are getting signal, but it's not doing any SSTV things. So let us consult together the manual, because there actually is some good information here. So if you go down to digital modes, maybe. Okay. Well, what if I just search SSTV? Digital modes. Okay, QSSTV. Choose the band you want to operate on. Set the mode to Digi. I did. Enable hamlib in the third-party software setting. From the hamlib, that's what it's set to. And it's going to be 1.1. Okay, 127.0.0.1 is just loop back. It's like back into your home station. So let's double check that we have that set correctly. Four, 5, 3, 2. No sieve. Cat. Set the mode to USB. Yeah. It's actually kind of hard for me to see on this. I need to embiggen it. Yeah, it's like it's not. No sync, huh? We're so interesting. Oh, you know what? I think I know what's going on. Maybe. Let's see. Sound, your greatest enemy. Okay, what do we think? So almost always when it comes to like sound stuff in Linux, you got to pick the right audio adapter, and unfortunately, it looks like there's quite a lot here. What do we? It's never like Pulse Audio. Well, it's sadly it doesn't mention the audio. It just is talking about cat control. What do we think it is, chat? Is it loop back? Oh, you're right. It's don't. No, I'm wrong. It is in there. All right, so it's plug hardware. Card loopback dev 1. PCM. And that is loopback 2 for output. So we can just cancel that. Yeah, it's there already then. Yeah, not doing it. Says you could do PCM. So let's try that one, because oh no, that's output though. It's the input that we're not getting anything here. We're not getting anything. Notice there's no like the bars are not illuminating or anything like that. could be the volume being an issue. No, because the audio, I'm controlling it with a secondary mixer. No, it's not that. I've not killed the finals yet, surprisingly. Mode is set to Digi. Yes, sir. It's not factory reset. So we're not getting any SSTV images, even though you can see on the very far right, that's the waterfall. Oh, somebody was trying to do a waterfall paint, it looks like. Missed it. The app is not connecting to La Radio. Oh, interesting thought. That is interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's try it. Doesn't look to be any change. Well, remember the waterfall's fine. So anyway, that was extra credit for today's live stream. We already did a lot. Yeah, I was waiting for that to. What's going on with the? Oh, it's because it's in the back. That's why. Oh, I can hear it. It's loud. Yeah, truly SSTV noises. Yeah, we're not transmitting though. Right now, really, we're just looking for audio signal. So if the audio is there, then it should just do that. The no rig thing is if you're going to do cat control, which we're really not that interested in cat control. Just so I can show you guys. Remember, for a lot of times, all you need for SSTV to just copy it is just make sure that your sound settings are correct. And this is the sound settings from the instructions. Use sound card. That's it. From sound card to sound card. And that is the device. Okay, well, that is that. Let's see if we can pull up the website real fast. Real quick, like. Oh, you know what? That might not be working right now. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. You think it's going to work that easy? SBitX.local? Let's see. No. Hey, I'm on the same Wi-Fi. So you could use your phone. You can do whatever with this. That's pretty cool. No, HF12345 is the super user password for Linux. This is the web interface. Ah, James, you could be the superstar. We'll double check. That was the instructions, but that was already in the instructions. It's actually it's fun, even though it crashed a couple of times. I think it crashed because of the power and the heat. I think that was it. And so Okay. I know we got to wrap up here shortly, but I want to see if the sound card thing actually works. So we'll come back to that. I actually like it when a radio like this just kind of says, "Hey man, here's all the rope to hang yourself. Go nuts. You want to do radio things? You better be careful." And it is. It'll do 100. You can throw 100 drive at it if you're doing single sideband. If you want to do CW, probably more like 70, 75. If you want to do FT8, you probably need to bring that down to 35, right? I mean, but that's just reasonable. You're talking about a full-duty cycle mode like FT8 or whatever. You kind of need to know that, yeah, you got to dock it back. And the good thing is that instead of just blowing the finals, it just simply resets itself. To be honest, I'd rather have it do that anyway, right? So Jason, cat control is really for just getting on frequency and controlling the radio. When it comes to SSTV, the real fun is just receiving the audio, and the audio right now is not making it. It's not making it into the app. So let me go back here. What just happened? Why am I so big? What? I swear everything was fine before. What happened? That was weird. All right, so if we go into... Hey, who did that? SBitX equals junk! Yeah, you can. You get a little bit. Oh, no! You guys, it's a $200 radio. It's fun. It's super fun. Don't be putting graffiti out on the bands. Come on now. You gotta respect something that has all this going on. Okay. All right. So all right. Let me go back. Oh hell, I can't see it now. Hold on. Plug hardware. I don't see a plug hardware. Card. Loopback 0. Which one should it be? Did we have them switched? Was it switched? Yeah, see, it's totally gone. The audio is completely gone. So yeah, it was not switched. That was actually an audio signal. It's just not getting passed, it looks like. Card loop back dev 1. Yes. Stop. And then loopback dev 0. We killed it. We killed it, Jim. Well, that should be the other way around. That should be 0, right? Is that correct? This should be 1. Oh, good. All right. Well, we had fun. What's the difference between these two? Nope, doesn't like that. Thank you for the super chat. I'll get to it in 1 second. Let me switch these. Stop doing that. Will that do it? No. All right. Jason, thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate it. Type LS USB to see what devices you have connected last. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't want to keep messing with it. No, you don't hit the play button. That's for transmit. We're not sending anything. That's right, Mike. Get the easy stuff out of the way. All right, if you want to continue this deep dive into figuring this out, we can try this live with you telling me what to do if you follow us to the after chat. I will drop a link. Well, I've dropped a link already to the Discord in the video description. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this live stream, and I'm going to make a new live stream. It's going to be for the after chat, and we will be taking your questions live. We'll answer first comers first with their new or experienced ham radio questions. Doesn't matter. We got a lot of smart people to help everybody out. All right, I am Josh, KI6NAZ. Let's say a big thank you to the patrons. I did that a little bit too early the way I ran that one. Shout out to the patrons. Thank you for the big support, allowing me to buy not one, but two of these. And the reason? Who could guess the reason why I bought two? Any ideas? Any? Because I fried finals live. And so I bought two just in case I fried the finals. Guess what, kids? I didn't fry the finals. That means I'm going to give that one away. I'm going to give it away. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it. So for those that don't know, in a couple of weeks, we got the big HRCC campout. And I always do giveaways for the people that come to the campout. But this will be the first year that I'm doing giveaways for all of you, too. It's not everything, but we will have door prizes for the people that come to the campout, and I will have giveaways for the people that are watching on the live stream. I think I'm going to do a sign-up, and I'll probably do it next Saturday. I'll drop the sign-up. And then, yeah, I'm going to pick winners, and I've got some pretty fun stuff. I think at least one PowerFilm solar panel I'm going to give away on the live stream, which, if you know the cost of those things. So big shout out to our friends at PowerFilm Solar for all the help that they've given me over the years. We love you guys. Big support of their products. Really, really nice stuff. But let me tell you, I got a lot of stuff to give away. Also, Shagu, shout out Shagu too for helping out. So it should be a lot of fun. All right. Whew. By and large, it's a fun radio. To be honest with you, I'm much more inclined to use this than the SBitX. Not because I dislike the SBitX or anything. It's just kind of small and portable. Throw power into it, do its thing. It's got the Pi Zero. You can remote into it, but you don't have to. There's a screen on it. Makes it really easy. I know the SBitX has all that too. It's just a little bit bigger. Something that you may not grab and mess around with. But yeah, $200. I don't know you can beat that. I don't know. Could be wrong. You guys tell me. Join us in the after chat, and you can tell me all about it. And maybe we'll crash through the tree of Linux, banging our head on every branch until we figure out how to do some SSTV. Or not. I don't know. Anyway, I'm Josh, KI6NAZ. We'll see you in the after chat. 73. Elsa does mock you. Forget that Elsa nonsense. Oh, no, it's a giveaway for the Ham Radio Crash Course campout. It's not for now, Mike. I agree, Don. I like all the HF signal stuff. They're priced well. Ashar is just an amazing guy. I love the engineering that goes into what he does. So yeah, big respect. All right, everybody, we will see you in the after chat. Oh, question that came in. That is Grid Tracker. Grid Tracker.